I already love you. Lady after my heart. I deal with a lot of special needs adults.
Okay.
So we are kindred spirits. Very kindred. You're gonna love what you see tonight. Just based on my experience of the people that I've worked with, I think you're gonna be very pleasantly surprised at what you find.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
at the other end. She
I'm
has little
excited.
bitty one.
So Miss Lena,
Yes, ma'am.
we're gonna let you start off, my dear.
Okay.
Oh,
All
wow.
righty.
It is that time.
It
Miss
is that
Kim,
time.
one quick question. Are you using the link that you sent me earlier, or are you using the downloaded version?
No, the link that you sent me earlier, it's already
Okay.
uploaded with the new stuff. Ah, I
All right.
learned from you,
Thank
my
you.
dear.
Thank you, Miss Kim.
Yes, ma'am. We're good to go. All righty. All right, Miss Lena, if you would like to welcome us in. Anna, for some reason, I don't know why it's not letting me do the video motion stuff on here, honey.
What do you mean video motion stuff, Miss Kim? Were you able to share your screen already?
Let's see.
No,
Okay.
you are sharing. Yeah.
All good?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. We know that you have things to do, you and places to be, and you have chosen to be here. So we thank you from the bottom of our heart of being here. My name is Lena Spalding Ramsey, and I am an avid consumer of what you're going to hear about tonight. The products tonight, the company, things that you're going to hear have helped us so much to be able to rest better, to be able to be more alert and more spirited, more focused when we're with our students. I am a graduate of the Instituto Justo de Semena. Oh boy, we're going back. I am originally from Panama, and that's my high school. That's the name of my high school. I am a special educator by trade and by training. Studied special education, New York University, and also at LaSalle University in Philadelphia. So, and now between masters at NYU, Florida International University as well, and over the last 30 plus years here in New York, in Massachusetts, and now in Florida. And our journey is extra different. Oh my goodness, satisfied customers, Dr. Janice Spalding, and she will be sharing with you some really interesting and wonderful tips tonight. She's a graduate of Vassar College. She's a graduate of Stanford Medical School, a proud parent, also very interested and studied and research wellness and mental health, and an advocate of all things natural. But she has the interest and the knowledge of an ND to bring it all to us, and being able to focus and give us important information that you'll receive tonight. So, Dr. Jana, uh-oh, uh-oh, one minor detail happens to be related to me. So take it away, sister.
Well, thank you very much for that lovely introduction, my dear sister. Um, yes, I am a product of the products. And Eugenia, you were new. If any other people here who may not have known me, um, that picture earlier really was me, and I am really a different person now. And the transformation was not overnight. The transformation took a good 3, 4 years. But the last phase of the transformation that has made me really the person that you see today, not just how I look physically. Yes, I've shed some pounds, and yes, I've gained some strength. But I have regained the person that I believe I was put on the earth to be. I know who I am. I am confident and have a whole zest for life that I never had until I was introduced to these supplements and started taking them on a regular basis. There are many things that I knew intellectually, then a lot of reading, then a lot of research. But you all may be familiar with this idea of us humans. You know, our brains know things. That doesn't mean that we do them. And so there were so many things that for so many years I knew and didn't do. But now, Nutraveda and this community of people have given me the support and the boost so that I am doing what I know, not just knowing it or talking about it. So this picture here is of one of our collections. We have multiple collections of supplements. My personal favorite is the Nutraveda collection, which is all but I think 2 of the products that we have. But there are also smaller collections where individual supplements together work symbiotically so that it's more than just the sum of its parts. It's like when you cook and you have a recipe. So one of the recipes that we have is called the Limitless Performance Stack. And that's the picture you see here: Ambrosia, Glucose Slim, Vitality, Renew. There are 2 glucose slims on here for a reason. And I'm just going to quickly talk about glucose slim and then share our weekly wellness tip for this week. So limitless performance has to do with limitless energy for the moment and long-lasting energy for the whole day, for the whole week, for the whole month, for the whole year, for the whole semester, whatever it may be that you need it to be. And we talked about how vitality gives us that energy in the moment so that we can perform at maximum speed and strength. And renew gives us that long-lasting energizer bunny, not just last longer, but repair the DNA and actually rejuvenate from the inside out. So glucose slim is related to glucose, it's related to sugar, carbohydrates, the main fuel that is in food that we use for energy. Now, it's not the only one. We can actually be fueled in our bodies by fats and protein or be fueled by carbohydrate. If any of you have ever heard of the keto diet, that's basically what that means. It means that your body is burning protein and fats for energy. Most of us are not on the keto diet. Most of us predominantly get our energy from the carbohydrates in our diet. Nothing wrong with that. That's fine. But things can go awry sometimes when carbohydrates are our main source of fuel. I don't have to spell it out for you all, people. A third of people in the United States are clinically obese. 2/3 of us are overweight. Now, the list of problems that comes from that would take up our whole time here. Life is really harder when our weight is higher. Life is easier. It's easier to move when there's less weight to move. I mean, it's just simple mechanics. And I've experienced that because I went from 278 pounds to 198 pounds. And let me tell you, at 198 pounds, getting up and walking around is a whole lot easier and a lot less painful. We tend to have cravings. This is one of the things that we do. Sometimes we're hungry. Sometimes we just need to eat. That's a good thing. That's not a craving. That's just hunger. You know, you've been working, you've been busy, you've been moving around. Oh my goodness, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I haven't had anything. That's not a craving. That's hunger. Feed that, please. That's a good thing. But sometimes you've eaten, you're full, and you just all of a sudden have a taste for something. And it's usually potato chips, sugary drink, French fries, a hamburger, pizza, ice cream, on and on and on and on. Something from that variety. Uh, and those cravings are not because you're a weak person or a bad person. They're because you're a human being, and the food that is put in front of us by the food industry in our country is literally addictive. So if you just buy what you see advertised on TV or what you see in the street as you're driving down the road and you see fast food, if you consume that on a regular basis, your body will crave more of it. It is literally as addictive as alcohol, nicotine, or another drug. And so you will want it. And that's called a craving. And a craving is very difficult to ignore. However, there is hope. One of the reasons that we get these cravings is that the levels of glucose in our body just go up and down. So you eat the treat you're craving. For a moment, you get that satisfaction, that blood glucose level goes up, you feel okay. And then it crashes down, and now you're starving again. And now here comes a craving so that you can get it. And you're riding this roller coaster up and down and up and down. Enter GlucoSlim. GlucoSlim has no medicine as we know medicine. Doesn't have a GLP-1 modifier, which is what you find in those expensive injections that you can get that have all these side effects that make you sick. No, you won't find that here. What you'll find is aloe vera. Anybody ever heard of aloe vera? I don't know any culture in the world where aloe vera grows that doesn't have aloe vera in the diet. So ingredient number 1 in GlucoSlim, aloe vera. Ingredient number 2, white mulberry. White mulberry. Ingredient number 3, cinnamon bark extract. Cinnamon. Cinnamon is a superpower, superfood. Cinnamon bark extract turns into something called cinnamaldehyde, which actually is sweet. If you want to sweeten something without adding sugar, just put some cinnamon in it. It's sweet. But it isn't just sweet, it actually helps your pancreas to balance out insulin. It is a rock star of an ingredient. And so with these 3 main ingredients, your cravings get into control, your glucose gets stabilized, and you can actually, so I'm going to share a little secret. I have cravings usually starting around 7 p.m. And they continue if I don't do something about them until about 10 p.m. So that is my danger zone of the day. I don't want ice cream and sweets. I want bread, pasta, rice. Did I say bread? Uh-huh. Yeah. I want chip. I don't really like potato chips. I like the healthy ones, but they have to have some wheat and gluten in it. And really, this is a problem for me. When I take GlucoSlim at 7 o'clock, it's not that I don't think about the bread, the pasta, the chips. It's just that I can actually look at them and say, I'll pass. The GlucoSlim gives me power because of whatever it's doing inside of me to say, I don't need it right now. And oh my God, the results of that, if you're thinking in terms of health and nutrition and digestion, decreased calories, more rest for your gut before you go to bed at night. And it's in this little capsule with aloe vera, white mulberry, cinnamon bark extract. I cannot emphasize. Now, the way that we're instructed to do the GlucoSlim is 30 minutes before a meal, you take a capsule. Sometimes we're not that organized. You can actually open up the capsule and pour it on top of the food as you're about to eat it. It's tasteless, won't change the texture of your food. And what it does is it just makes your body do what it normally does, which is be healthy and moderate itself. You will know your patterns. For some people, the cravings are at different times. I just have discovered that that's when mine are. Okay, moving on to weekly health tips for today. Sometimes, as we're eating all these healthy foods, we can get into a rut. Well, I'm going to make a vegetable stew, or I'm going to make a fruit smoothie. And sometimes I get bored if I'm eating the same thing all the time. Even if I like it, I want to do something. So this weekend I made a lentil soup. I love lentils. Lentils, by the way, have a lot of protein, so they really pack a punch as a vegetable. And my lentil soup is not quite up to my mother's, but I'm getting closer every single time I make it. But you know, lentil soup is lentil soup. It's brown. And I made it on Sunday. And I was going to have some earlier today. And I said, it's brown. Yeah, it's leftovers. So I dressed it up. So it's good to eat the rainbow when you eat the more colors, the more superfoods. And so today's weekly wellness tips are how to jazz up a dish so that it won't be boring. These are the 3 ingredients I added to my lentil soup today. Pen and paper, please. Number 1, carrots. Carrots. I just sliced some of the baby carrots, cooked them a little bit so that they were soft, but not too soft. Tip number 2 is spinach. So spinach is like eggs and yogurt, and I get the fancy organic bread now. There are some things that they're always in the pantry, and then there are some fresh things that are always in the refrigerator. And usually there's celery, onion, ginger, garlic, kale, and spinach. That's like routine. So today, number 1 was carrots, number 2 was spinach, number 3 was butter. We can get calories from fats. And unless you have some sort of extreme dairy allergy, butter is a great source, not just of flavor, but also of good fats. So in a pot, a little carrot, spinach, and butter, and then I added that to my lentil soup. Shazam! It was not boring. Dr. Jana's wellness tips for today, and I will pass it on to you, Miss Kim. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jana. You know, it's interesting that you talked about lentil soup because I actually had yellow lentil soup this evening with carrots, cabbage, and a bunch of other things added to it. What a blessing.
I don't understand what's going on here.
Literally, that's what I had for dinner. So this picture, you know, you look at me, it looks like, oh, this nice young lady, right? Well, prior to being able to wear regular glasses, I was actually blind from taking a prescribed medication many years ago. The doctors, I was in a car accident. They gave me a prescribed medication called Topamax. It caused bilateral acute angle closure glaucoma with Glockenflecken. No, I'm not swearing, but that's actually what happened. I went completely blind for 16 years with a guide dog, white cane, red tip. This picture was shortly after my sight was restored. You can see I was very happy. I still am very happy because I can drive a vehicle again, which my husband is very happy about because he's no longer my chauffeur. So let's talk about paths since we're talking about driving here. Which path will you take today? Are you going to take the road less traveled? Or are you going to take the one that everybody goes on and follow the crowd? Well, there's a couple different paths we can take. We can take one for health and wellness. We can take one for financial prosperity. We can take one for giving back in our community. There's a lot of paths that we can take. And that's some of the things that we're going to be mentioning today. What can we do to make a positive impact in let's say our community, with our family, with our church, with our children, maybe our neighbors? What are some of the things that we have to do? Well, first, we've got to share our testimony, but there's a lot of different testimonies. You're probably thinking, oh no, is this a religious thing? Well, it could be. You know, a testimony can be your faith, but it can also be your testimony of health and wellness. Your testimony is your story. So what is your story that you're sharing about every aspect of your life? Mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and financial. So what are your testimonies around all those areas? The next thing we want to do to be able to have a positive impact is, how can we help others meet their needs? What does that look like? Well, we have to have that conversation with them. Maybe they're needing some extra income. Maybe they're looking for a way to lose a couple of extra pounds, or maybe a lot of extra weight. Maybe they're looking for a way to be able to make a difference financially for their family, their friends, their loved ones. There's a lot of different things that we can do. Maybe they're looking to be able to make a difference in their community, whether it be their church, their neighborhood, or their family and friends. And lastly, which is, I personally think is one of the most important things, is that we have to work together as a team. And why is teamwork so important? Because many hands make light work. I was watching a video the other day, just out of the blue. I didn't have any sound on, and there was this picture of this house lifting up and moving. It just all of a sudden lifted up and started moving. Guess what it was? It was 250 Amish men picking up a building and walking it to another location. So literally, many hands make light work. Well, we're going to be talking about how we can create light work in the things that we're doing surrounding around charity. So what does charity look like? It's a way for us to build a stronger community. Maybe that's your neighborhood. Maybe that's your church family. Maybe, just maybe, that's a region, that's your state, that's a country. What does your community look like? The next thing we have to do is talk about how we can strengthen lives, not just our own lives, but the lives of those people that we come in contact with. And there's a lot of different ways that we can strengthen our life. We can strengthen it, obviously, through eating right, like with the tips that Dr. Jana was sharing with us, through being able to take and use and consume. You know, if we have something and it's in a bottle, it doesn't work if it stays in the bottle. You have to actually use it. The same way as if you have a gas can filled with gas, if you don't put it in the vehicle, you're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to get the results that you want. The next thing that we need to look at surrounding charity is our positive impact that we have around families. What is it that we're looking to do to impact families? Now, you know, we talk about in the scriptures, it says, how about to write it down on a tablet? Well, this week, what we're writing down in the I am statement is, I am creating a positive impact on my community. Are you making an impact on the community or in your community? Are you a part of it, or are you an influencer? So we're going to talk about how we can influence our community. I'm going to share with you about our NutraVeda collection. This is what Dr. Jana was talking about. We start with our daily defense, which right now, flu season, right? For those of you who are up north, I'm sorry. I know it's cold. We have a little dip tonight, but it's about keeping our immune system strong, especially when we're around other people whose immune systems are weak, and we can tend to catch things. So our daily defense is designed daily, especially during the time period when if you're around people, it's extra zinc, it's all the things that your body needs to keep your immune system strong. Then we have ambrosia. Ambrosia is a magnificent product that was actually formulated into a gummy consistency, but has been around for thousands of years in a peanut butter consistency. It was designed originally, formulated, put together. I don't want to really say formulated. It was just like they realized all these good, wonderful herbs, spices help to build the immune system and strengthen the body as a whole. So when ambrosia was formulated into a gummy, it was during COVID to help build people's immune system and stay strong in strengthening the respiratory area as well. Now, our Tranquility is actually one of our flagship products. It was originally designed, came out with Relief. I'll talk about that in a minute. But Tranquility works on neurological pain, getting rid of that sharp electrical type pain. The other thing Tranquility does is it works to balance your ability, your mind. It kind of quiets your brain from all the static. If you take it before you go to bed at night, that gray noise, it doesn't make you blow bubbles if you take it during the day, but it literally, if you take it at night before you go to bed, it quiets the gray noise so you can go into REM, which is amazing. Now, say you have stress and anxiety in your life, or you know somebody who suffers from PTSD like I do. I work with a lot of people like that. I can tell you, this product is absolutely magnificent. It brings your body into a place where it can start functioning at its optimum without the stressors. It is awesome. It has 5-HTP in it, which helps to stop the neural responses from firing like crazy and helps them to be very calm. Our next product I'm going to talk about is our probiotic. Our probiotic actually has a prebiotic in it. And why is that important? Because it's food for the probiotic. When you take your probiotic, you want to do it at night before you go to bed, so that as you go to bed, your gut now doesn't have anything that it's having to break down or work hard on. And the probiotic can build the gut flora. So in the morning, it starts out fresh and working better. Because see, our gut biome is tied very closely to the gut brain and the gut, all of our systems, respiratory, endocrine, circulatory, all the different systems that we've got. If our gut is healthy, it helps all the other systems to function at their optimum. Now, this actually happens to be my next favorite product is the probiotic, but the Relief is my favorite. Because when I was blind for 16 years, I had, if you've ever seen the white over people's eyes, my eyes were completely whited over. I don't put it on the screen because I don't want anybody freaking out because it's pretty scary looking. And I literally had a guide dog white cane red tip for 16 years. I started actually taking the Relief because it works on inflammatory pain, inflammation. When we have inflammation, a lot of things go wrong. Well, I had an exceptionally high amount of inflammation in my body. I had 8 herniated discs, 3 ruptured. And in order to even stay functioning, I was using the Relief like a lozenger. I was just keeping it in like a lozenger, like a cough drop. And the nice thing is, because it's a nutraceutical, it's just food, right? But your body, when it's missing the things that it needs, when it starts getting what is needed for homeostasis, the body starts going back to where it needs to be. Now, our Glow is one of our new products. It's amazing. It actually helps with hair and nails. Now, I work on cars because I like to, not because I have to, because I enjoy it. I love sewing, being crafty, and all that kind of stuff. But working on a car for me is just like, I just really enjoy it. And it tends to break my nails. So when this product came out, I was like, they were like, oh, this is like the fountain of youth. I'm like, who doesn't want to look young, right? I'm like, I'm in on that one. Well, when I started taking the Glow, one of the things that was really incredible is the first thing, it started getting rid of my crow feet on my eyes because I smile a lot. The other thing it did was my nails started growing and they weren't breaking like they were consistently. And my hair was falling out. When you lose one hair and your hair is this long, it's noticeable. Let's just put it that way. You kind of look like a dog shedding. And I noticed that in a very short order, in less than 1 month's supply, a huge difference started happening. Now, our next product is Vitality. This product, forget energy drinks, throw them out the window, dump them down the sink. Don't waste your money on those jokers, because this will absolutely give you the energy, the clarity. It's a vasodilator, so it brings oxygen to the brain so that your mind is clear, sharp, articulate. You're able to remember things easier. I could actually call it the smart pill. I couldn't understand why it was working that way, but because it's a vasodilator, it actually increases the blood flow, and it is fantastic for heart health. If you use this product as a pre-workout, it actually helps your body to restore quicker, so you have less downtime. Have you ever worked out and the next day you're like, I can't move. I didn't know I used muscles I haven't used in ages. I can tell you, you use the Vitality ahead of time. It is wonderful. Now, if your days go long and for whatever reason you feel like I need another cup of coffee, I need this, forget the coffee, forget the energy drinks. Just have Vitality with you. I'm telling you, this stuff is incredible. Our next product is one of our newer products as well, and it's Renew. Renew is actually NMN, which lengthens, it has been proven to actually lengthen your telomeres. Now, our telomeres, babies are so cute and cuddly, and they grow and they learn so fast when they're little, right? They learn to move and roll over and crawl, and then start to toddle and walk and then run in such a short period of time. It's because the telomeres are long. As we age, as we grow in maturity and wisdom, our telomeres begin to shorten just from use. But what they found is that the NMN, especially from the natural source that our company has gotten our product from, literally lengthens your telomeres. So it makes you feel youthful again. I can tell you, my hair is starting to get pepper in it. It was all salt, and now it's salt and pepper, which is, my kids are like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. People think I have an ombre that I paid lots of money for. I'm like, nope, just Renew and my Vitality. The next product, Dr. Jana was talking about the GlycoSlim. Oh my goodness. So GlycoSlim, my husband is diabetic, and this has literally been a lifesaver for my husband. There's been times when he was on insulin. Now he's not on insulin. And he's been taking this product consistently. When you take it 30 minutes before you eat. And remember when she said, if you don't take it 30 minutes before, just open the capsule and put it on the food, right? The reason you take it out of the capsules, because the capsules, it usually takes 15, 20 minutes for a capsule to dissolve. Well, if you're taking the product and you put the ingredients and put it on your food or your meal, it doesn't. I have actually an aloe garden, so we eat aloe, and aloe is really doesn't have much of a taste. You know, it might be a little bitter depending on the season, but it really doesn't have a flavor. So being able to just put this directly with your food and it being digested is magnificent. Now we have other collections. This is our Nutraveda collection. Our next collection is our water collection. How many times have you thought, oh, I'm drinking healthy water. I've got a bottle of water. Well, that bottle of water came from a tap somewhere. It didn't come from a spring, even if it says spring water. Look at the bottle and the label and the source from which it came. It didn't come from a spring. There's 2 companies out there that came from a spring, and even if it did, it still has different amoebas and things in it that you unless you have a filtration system, it's just in there. Well, our water filtration system is fantastic because our pitcher, though it looks similar to things you'd find in a box store, those only filter 35 gallons of water, but they don't get rid of the PFA. Ours gets rid of PFOAs, chlorine, radiation, the yuck that you see in the water, stuff like that. But our water pitcher does 250 gallons of water. The difference being, for the cost of what you're paying for it in a box store, you're still paying about the same price as a bottle of water. Ours, the 250 gallons you get is less than 11 cents for the exact same amount per, if you were to get a bottle of water, 11 cents. That's a huge difference in savings. But ours actually is a gallon, 11 cents a gallon, not a bottle of water. The next thing is our water bottle. That filters 50 gallons and the straw filters, 150, and our straw filters 50 gallons. This is really nice because you can put it in your pocket. You can take it on a hike. If you're thirsty, you can go into a stream. It's wonderful. Now, our next collection is called our patches, it's a CBD isolate with no THC, no CBN that converts to THC, so you don't have to worry about lighting up a test. If you have a job that requires, no THC in tests and things like that, you don't have to worry about this. It's non-existent in this product. The CBD isolate is, because it's a nanoparticulate, actually goes incredibly fast systemically through your body, so you can put it anywhere. But the best place to put it is where you have adipose. And that's just a fancy way of saying fat, F-A-T. So put it somewhere where it has a little extra that in an area. The other thing is, you don't want to put it like on a joint because it's an adhesive. So you want to make sure it stays in an area that's not bendable. That way it lasts, you can put it on and it stays for like 2 days. Now, our K-tape is the only product on the market that is not only K-tape, but it's infused with CBD isolate along with lidocaine. Now, for those of you who are able to take lidocaine, they even have the patch with lidocaine as well, and not just the pure CBD isolate. Now, today I'm going to talk just a little bit about we're talking about the Limitless Performance Stack for the last couple of weeks, and our highlight today is the GlycoSlim and the Renew. Now, the reason I throw the patch in here is because the patch makes everything else work exponentially better. So let's talk about GlycoSlim in a little bit more detail. Dr. Jenna was talking about aloe vera and the benefits. Let's go into detail a little bit more about the benefits. So it supports healthy blood sugar levels. It's an antibacterial as well as an anti-inflammatory. Now, why is that important? Because it helps in digestion. It helps get rid of inflammation stuff that's going on in the body. When we talk about white mulberry, well, guess what? White mulberry improves blood sugar. Are you seeing the storyline here? It improves blood sugar levels, as well as reducing cholesterol and slowing the growth of cancer cells. Yes, you heard me right. This is all documented. You can look it up on Google. It's there. And cinnamon, oh my gosh, it just improves your insulin sensitivity. It helps with all sorts of different lowering your blood sugar as well, because remember, we're talking about how this product is designed specifically for our blood sugars. Well, now we're going to talk about Renew. Renew's one and only product is NMN, and it protects us against heart disease as well as DNA repair. It repairs our DNA. Remember, lengthening telomeres. It also improves neurological functioning in the brain. Personally, I was at the car accident that I took the Topamax from, that I went blind as a result of in 11 days, taking a 16th of a dose. That same accident affected an area of my brain that's a short-term memory. I had no short-term memory for 20 years. I can tell you, I have a testimony. I had no short-term memory for 20 years. I now can remember phone numbers. I can remember when I look away and come back, what I'm supposed to be doing. It also improves eye function. Isn't that incredible? I love that part about it. It creates energy and focus, as well as boosting our metabolism. And that's what we're talking about today. Now, this product is a part of the Limitless Performance Stack. They actually have a BOGO. Please take a screenshot of this. This is going to give you 50% off. And the code that you put in is LPS50. LPS50. That stands for Limited Performance Stack. Now, I want you to have your cameras out real quick, because I'm going to go back one screen. Please take a screenshot of this so that you know what these products are able to do for you. Now, Let's talk about how we can focus. When we are focusing on our gut health, having vibrant energy, relief of pain, having mental clarity, which we were talking about, right? And balancing our sugar levels and emotional balance, guess what happens? Everything flows the way it's supposed to when we're doing the things that we need to do to create homeostasis in our body. Now, I'm going to share with you something really incredible. We are about to share with you how we can transform lives. And this is going to be through a way that we can help fund. Remember, we were talking about being able to help community, right? Well, when we're helping our communities, we can do this in a lot of ways. It can be with a nonprofit, it can be with a church, it can be with maybe your child's baseball team or your grandchild's football team is looking for an extra way. What I'd like you to do, this is real important, please take a picture of this QR code where it says scan me. I need you to pull your phones out, scan this QR code, because what it's going to do, I'm going to come back to this in just a moment. We're going to open up and show you where it's going to take you. It's going to take you to what's called a hot Zoom. And this is our launch that we are doing tomorrow. I'm going to play this real quick. Hopefully it comes in.
Transform lives and build wealth through empowering your cause with Miss Kim Law, founder of Fostering Your Family's Future.
Have you ever stopped to think about the food environments that we live in today? Everywhere we turn, we're surrounded by convenience, packaged meals, fast food, and produce that looks like it's been lacking nutrients that our body needs. Even when we try to make a healthier choice, it can feel like we're fighting an uphill battle. The truth is, much of the food that we eat doesn't even have the quality or nutrients that our body deserves. Over time, this leaves us feeling drained, sluggish, and not performing at our best. That's actually what led us to ask some really important questions. Number one, how can we put the best nutrition on the planet in our bodies? Number two, where would that kind of powerful nutrient even come from? And number three, could just one supplement really provide a multitude of life-changing benefits? These questions actually sparked a journey that brought us to something extraordinary, an answer that we can't wait to share with you. That's why we're inviting you to join us on an exclusive product reveal event on Zoom. During this event, you'll discover the groundbreaking supplement that's redefining what's possible with health and wellness, how it's sourced from the best that nature has to offer, and delivering nutrients to your body's cravings, and why this could be the one simple change to unlock your energy, focus, vitality, and more. This is your chance to see how next level nutrition can make a difference. You will have a chance to be a part of our community that's eager to push boundaries and set new standards. A community that uplifts and supports each other. We are going to also share with you how helping your favorite cause to reach their goals will create financial wealth for you. How exciting would that be to have a profound impact on your community and at the same time building residual income? Do well while doing good. Doesn't that sound amazing? Come join our crusade to make a difference. Transform lives and build wealth through empowering your cause. Discover how supporting your favorite causes can drive them to achieve their goals and create a healthier community. Create financial wealth. Learn the exciting ways in which your involvement can generate residual income for you. Make a profound impact. Feel the thrill of making a significant difference in your community. Do well while doing good. Embrace the opportunity to prosper while contributing to a meaningful change. Join our crusade. Be a part of our mission and make a lasting difference today. Let's change the world together. Follow the steps below to win cash prizes. Step 1, register for the product reveal launch. Step 2, share with 5 people you want to help become healthy. By doing that, you could be eligible to win a cash prize. Let's get started now. So as you see on that event on the screen, excuse me, oh, it's down. So what you saw was the flyers at the bottom. So we're going to come back in just a few minutes and you'll be able to see. If you haven't got this QR code, please do, because it requires you to register. You can't just show up at the Zoom. Once you register, they'll send you a link with an access code for you to be able to get in. And it's not a shareable access code. It requires, they're all different. So it requires you to register yourself. Now, every morning, Monday through Friday, we have what we call the morning power call. This is actually the same QR code I just showed you a moment ago. So if you didn't get it, now's the time you can get a picture of this again so you can register. At 8, our phone number is 954-947-5497. It starts Eastern Standard Time at 8:30. We kind of do a meet and greet where you get to know one another, just see how things are going. People have suggestions, maybe a book that they found that they really enjoyed that they want to share, or an activity, or just all sorts of different things come up. Now at 8:45, we start our meditation. We have 3 different people who do our meditations throughout the week, which are absolutely magnificent, as well as the reading from Napoleon Hill. And approximately around 9 o'clock, we have an estimated time on, this is Eastern Standard Time, where we do education and motivation. Now, you can also find more resources, and this approximately goes to about 9:30-ish. And then we have a question, like a Q&A, if anybody wants to add some insight that they had. This is just a really fantastic way to start your day. We're not selling anything. We're not promoting anything. This is all about wellness, how to balance ourselves mental, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. So you never know what the topic is going to be the next day. And our last link is on our carebeyond.online/training. That's carebeyond.online/training. This website has an abundance of extra information and resources that is absolutely magnificent. Please, if you have not taken a picture, scan the QR code. What this is going to do is give you an opportunity to be able to attend tomorrow. Bring your family, your friends. Make sure you send this QR code, take a picture of it, so that you can share it with people that you know that may be looking for ways to do fundraisers. This is a great opportunity for you to earn some extra income at the same time. Now, we have a disclaimer that says we're not going to tell you that you're going to earn X amount of dollars, or that this product is going to work for you the same way as it worked for me. Like I said before, it's about taking the products. If you don't use them and consume them, they don't work in the bottle. You got to take them. So anybody have any questions? Please unmute. We're here to answer any questions or ideas, concepts, and anything that feedback that you'd like to have. We're so glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. All right. Well, we're so glad that you took. Yes, go ahead.
I'm so sorry. Just wanted to say thank you for all that information. And I wanted to say special thank you to Ms. McDonald, who's here as my guest. I also wanted to ask you, Ms. Kim, before our morning call, power call, there was one slide that you asked us to take a picture. I wanted to make sure that we had gotten, I think there was somebody else who was trying to capture it. I don't know if you
Okay,
could
I
back to that.
can go back to that for you. Give me just a quick moment, and I will be
Thank you.
glad to for you.
The one before.
Yeah, right there.
Um,
There you go.
that one.
Yes,
Yes, I think we were both trying to capture that. Thank you.
absolutely. Did everybody get it okay? All right, good.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Oh,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
Thank you
Appreciate you
for
taking the
attending. We can
time
talk.
to-
Him on behalf of the entire,
Information.
We'll talk tomorrow.
on behalf of the entire community, Dr. Janner, Kim, Ms. McDonald, Mary, Dr. Beasley, the entire group here, we'd like to thank you. We are making a difference, 1,000%, one family at a time. And thank you. And tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, it will be a great presentation. I promise you. Thank you.
I actually run a nonprofit, so I'm going to be speaking from the space of different ways that you can create a really nice revenue for the organization and raising funds and things like that. So if you have friends or know of anybody who's looking for a way to raise funds for a different event, whether it's a church needing a wing, a school needing uniforms, a park needing to be built from a community, it doesn't matter. Whoever's in charge of those things or a decision maker to get information back, please invite them. Take that picture that you had of the QR code, share it with them so that we can help you to help the communities where you are. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. God bless you guys.
Cheryl, thank you for showing up.
Thank you.
Okay, great job.
Blessings.
Hey, Kim, I just sent you a video. Look at it, too.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good night.
everyone.
Good night. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Janet.
Good night.
Bye,
night.
Lena.
Bye. Bye, Linda. Bye,
Thank you. I see you.
Terry. Bye. Bye, darling.
Ooh, I like the purple ones.
How do you make the colors change, Miss Cheryl? Oh, I gotta get with you. That's cool. That's cool. Hey, Miss Tanika. All right. Good night, guys. Good night. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.